As we welcome in Kristen Wright, who is the manager for female development for USA Hockey and is a major force behind not only the celebration of women's hockey in the United States, but the growth of it. Kristen, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate the time. I'm going to start here. How did you initially get into the game of hockey?
Well, growing up in Minnesota, I started skating at a Learn to Skate program at my local rink. Took basic figure skating, and then everybody in Minnesota seems to hop out on the pond at some point and play the game, and I fell in love with it right there. And honestly, my favorite part about hockey started when I was in middle school and high school living in Arizona, where I started to learn the value of the community and the friends that I made from the sport.
Very cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
Of course. Yeah, it's all about making friends. That's what makes you want to keep playing hockey, right? And Kristen, as a fellow Minnesotan, I understand how prevalent hockey is in the state of hockey, Minnesota. But as you are now with USA Hockey, trying to grow the game on a national level, how have you seen girls hockey at the youth level just explode over the past decade or so?
Absolutely. We've seen such tremendous growth across the country for girls hockey at all age levels. Starting with one of the powerhouses, Minnesota, they continue to see record-breaking 6U and 8U female numbers. But even, someone might call Arizona a non-traditional market, but we're seeing, our numbers in Arizona, California, Washington, Oregon, at the girls level completely skyrocket each year. And it's really exciting for us to see the growth all across the country.
And Kristen, you're a fearless leader of the girls and women's section. I'm also on the girls and women's section at USA Hockey. Can you take us through what the girls and women's section does? Because we know inside how hard they work day in, day out to continue to push and grow the numbers of girls hockey in the United States.
Absolutely. We have a wonderful volunteer group of 12 volunteers across the country for each of our 12 districts, and they spend day in, day out trying to not only grow the game at the grassroots level, but also increase female leadership in coaching and volunteer positions, and also help create more exposure to the game. They're vital resources when we go into local communities with the women's national team and coaching clinics to help make sure that we have people on the ice, local girls communities involved in what we're doing every day.
One of the things I love that you guys do is Girls Hockey Weekend, 120 events across 31 states. Tell us sort of how that came to be. How did that start?
Yeah, that's a double IHF initiative that we've been a part of since it started, where really it's meant to celebrate girls hockey across the country. We have some organizations that'll make it a Try Hockey for Free event and try to get new girls in the games, but also we have people who will be hosting barbecues and pizza parties just to celebrate the current girls hockey players that they have. And it's a really cool movement that we've been able to participate in each year, and also the social media pieces of it, where all these girls and families are posting what they're doing that weekend, is pretty exciting and thrilling to see.
I can only imagine what Kendall and the rest of USA, Team USA last year, winning gold at the Olympics, did for the girls' game across the USA. How have you seen it change even in just 1 year's time? And is it more popular now than it was a year ago?
Absolutely. It's really encouraging. A gold medal win is going to, really push us into a much bigger registration number next year. But more importantly, having our role models out every day, speaking to the girls, seeing the girls, having Kendall on NHL Network, all of these things that create exposure to our women's national team and women's hockey has been phenomenal for the sport. It's something that we really appreciate, but also we can see the smiles and the reactions from the girls on the ice when they get to meet their role models or even see their role models on television.
And Kristen, you do such a great job leading the national camps for players at such a young age, 15 to 18. I know I went to the first camp at 15, and that's kind of how my journey started with the women's national team. Can you tell us a little bit more what the national development camps are, and maybe for a young player who doesn't know about them, and how they might get their journey started with USA Hockey?
Yeah, we offer player development camps at the national level for girls that might be 15 or older, but really that development starts at the affiliate and the local level. Each of our districts offer player development tryouts and player development camps starting at 14 years old. So a girl would get involved in those through their local affiliate or their local state, and from there they would try out to be nominated for the national camp as they get older. So it's a really great development tool that we're able to provide resources at the local level, but also develop our best players at the national level. We're on a platform that they're able to compete against each other in St. Cloud, Minnesota each summer.
That's so cool to know that you started off with USA Hockey really at age 15. And I just wanted to ask you, Kristen, before we let you go, about Kendall and what it means to you to have really watched her grow and progress into now obviously taking part at NHL Skills Competition Weekend and being on NHL Network. What stories do you have on this girl?
Well, they're all positive. She's a fantastic leader. She's a tremendous role model. She's been a huge advocate for the sport and really willing to help out and speak up across the board. And so it's fantastic to see her in all of these roles and really doing what she does best off the ice, as well as obviously exceeding on the ice.
Yeah, and now she's exceeding right here at NHL Network. First show in the books last night and well on her way through her second. Listen, thank you, Kristen, for this. We appreciate the time.
Absolutely. Thank you.